So I said, would you guys be up to, doing a Christmas record? I think it would be super awesome. We could do it, the three of us together.
And we said for the right price.
You're like, talk to my manager. Please speak to my mamager.
Shout out your manager.
Exactly.
Wow, I really get to sit down and talk to the icon, the legend, a Miami hero, and someone that has opened the doors for thousands of Latin artists here in the United States, Gloria Estefan. Hello.
I was going to say Sasha.
I'm like Sasha, gentle.
Sasha.
Or Emily.
And of course, we have your incredible grandson, Sasha Estefan.
Yay.
Hello. And Emily Estefan. Hello, guys.
My beautiful daughter.
Yes. Well, we're just going to cut straight to the chase because as everybody could see right in front of us, we have this incredible Barbie doll. You have a Barbie doll.
I have a Barbie.
Oh my God, that is iconic. I want to actually take it back to when you first found out, when you first got that phone call. Where were you? Set the scene for us.
I was at home and I got a call from our lawyer, our in-house lawyer at the office, and he said, Missy, I have some really good news. I go, well, what could that be? Good news is always good. And he said, they want to make a Barbie of you. I go, what? I swear to you, my inner child was jumping up and down because this was my first iconic American doll. We're Barbies now. Of course, in my time, the whole fun of playing with Barbies was making her house and creating all the stuff. And
Didn't you do unique things with your Barbie house?
Oh, like
yeah.
what? What kind of unique things?
Well, we're very creative in this family.
Yes.
But we wanted Barbie to be comfortable. So she needed a mattress.
Oh, I'm scared.
And, I just went to the bathroom where my mom kept her special.
Sanitary napkins.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to be nice about
That's
it.
a nice word.
No, I
What's
love
wrong
it.
with menstruation?
Okay, but then, nothing wrong. But then I had a little sewing machine and I would make Barbie her clothes and I made sheets
Wow,
for the
the whole house.
mattresses that we would use. And I would take the spools of thread and use them as bar stools around a table.
And you can find the Gloria Estefan Barbie line on Mattel.com.
Yes,
She sewed every
let's
blanket
go.
herself.
Yeah, but we are life size. I mean, they did this to a T.
I love it.
I had a lot to do with it. We really collaborated. I sent them that wardrobe from that tour, the thigh-high boots, the jackets, so they could really make it as close to real as possible. And I thought they did a great job.
There.
Well, you guys remember when I told you that I was going to, everybody was very excited.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
But another thing that's super cool that you guys are doing together, you guys have done together, is your Christmas album.
Estefan family Christmas.
Yes.
Estefan family.
You can, and it's the second Christmas album you've done in 29 years, if I'm not correct, right?
Absolutely.
So it's been 29 years since you put out your first, but this one is so special and so different because your whole, your family collaborated on this. You're hearing all the voices come together. So I want to know what the dynamic was like in the studio. Was it kind of like what I saw, behind the scenes just now, very kind of throwing out ideas? What was that process like as a family?
Absolutely. Well, the whole thing was born very naturally and organically 2 Thanksgivings ago. I said to them, let's write an original little chorus, just a chorus.
Yeah, a couple lines.
Right, so that we can be singing along, and then, Sasha, you could take the mic around, and everyone can say what they're thankful for. And we wrote this chorus, I'm thankful for you, of all the things in life that I really love. I'm thankful for you. At first it started where we were singing, I'm thankful for brains. We were saying different things.
I'm thankful for brains.
We'd make up what we're thankful for in the song. After the holidays, he goes, I'm finding when I'm going for the high notes, something strange is happening. And I've been trying to teach him through the years a little bit of how to position your voice
Go
in
high,
the right
think
way.
low, go low,
Like a
think
vocal
high.
code.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, here it comes. Like a freight train, puberty heading this way.
The Crazy Train by us.
Exactly, the crazy train. So
Check that out
I
too.
went to him and Emily because I thought I would love to capture this moment for him and for us, because his voice is going to change. It's still going to be, I'm sure, fantastic, but he's not going to be a kid anymore. And there's such magic. When I wrote Christmas Through Your Eyes for your dad, he was your age now when I recorded it. And it was such a special moment. Your dad is on that recording with a bunch of other kids. But he never really was like you, that he just sang since he was little. So I said, would you guys be up to, doing a Christmas record? I think it would be super awesome. We could do it, the three of us, together.
And we said for the right price.
You're like, talk to my manager.
speak to my manager,
Cut the
please.
check.
AKA my momager.
My momager.
Please speak to my momager.
We got together, the three of us. We picked the songs. We picked the keys. We made sure that we adjusted,
Yeah, I mean, even this, sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
don't go.
Even the selection process of the songs, like we would go over to her house and like the three of us at the piano, like me playing, you with a piece of paper, saying like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. Then the next stage, okay, Shelly would do these incredible arrangements and we're like, how about this? What about this kind of groove? And he would send back ideas. And then it was very old school, which I love, which I feel like is captured in the record because it sounds very pristine and clean, but all it is like riddled with nostalgia.
Totally, yeah.
and
it feels like home. It feels homey.
Right, and I feel like one of the ways we were able to do that is because of the time. It was like, we're ready, we're practiced, let's get in the studio, like if it's Motown Records, and 1, 2, 3, go. And most of the songs were what, 2, 3 takes?
Yeah.
It was like 2, 3
quick.
takes, all the band together. We would trade off singing the dummy vocals. Some of them even stayed there. Some of them, a lot of them we replaced or went back later and re-sang together again, So it was a very true musical collaboration.
For me, it was so magical to now see them inside that booth, the two of them together singing, and he would blow me away.
Oh yeah, he's insane.
He would just he learned the songs. He was very professional.
Now that the most stressful part was not staying up till 2 in the morning and singing. The most stressful part was picking the keys at the beginning.
Yes.
We were sitting at the piano with all our songs, and she would be like, okay, dun, does this sound good? No. Dun, does this sound good? No, still no. Dun, and then we went on for hours because we had to do every single song.
We're looking for the sweet spot.
Yeah.
For his voice.
Where his voice,
all of our
Oh.
voices.
and fortunately, we're all altos at this moment.
I was about to say, there are moments, literally people who know us intimately will be like, who's that? Which one? Wait, who's there? Who's singing that?
Was
Which
that
one's
you?
sing-"
Like,
Is that you?
We sound so similar, and there are songs where we literally sing 3-part harmony, and you're like, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
You're like, you're like, they all sound the same.
Absolutely.
Hello, and then
absolutely
brand new, the first ever Emilio Estefan
Oh,
performance
yeah.
go.
Come
with
on.
him.
We need a round of applause for that.
If you hear that and you don't sob, you're dead inside.
You have no
You have no heart.
You're the Grinch.
But Abuelutu, he even sounds more innocent than him somehow. I don't know. Really, his inner child, your Abuelutu's inner child, came out singing that song. Because you hear it, and it's the first time he's ever done a recording, ever, singing.
He sang amazing, but like she said, the problem was that he wouldn't do what she wanted her to do.
Right.
So she'd be like, okay, sing this note. He'd be like, I do not like this note. I want to do the other note. It sounds better. She's like, that's not how the song goes. He's like, no, I want to do this note.
Not Sasha spilling all the tea.
But I love this. These are the stories that people want to hear about.
But
Like, how did
listen.
this project come together? Was it all rainbows and butterflies, or were those little moments
No,
of
It was
resistance?
hilarious for me, but he does not.
looks like I spilled that.
He does not take direction well, and then he's always the boss, right? So I'm telling him, he goes, I think it sounds better like this, like you said, and I go, Paul Williams is gonna have a problem. That's not his melody.
I think the writer might get it.
I wish I could.
He wanted to add his touch, his little touch.
I go, you can't rewrite the song. I wrote it in Spanish for you, but you have to keep the same melody.
His little touch. I wish I could be sat in the cloud.
Oh my
No,
God.
you guys make an incredible team. I kind of want to move on and kind of get a feel of what a Christmas is at the Stefan's household. I want to know what is a family tradition, and this is specifically for you, that reminds you of, that is nostalgic of your mother and father and of your family. What is one that you do every year that kind of really hones everything in for you guys?
Well, traditionally I have Thanksgiving.
Okay.
La Flaca, Lily, has Christmas Eve, and we would always have Christmas Day at my mom's. As you know, my mom passed in 2017, and my sister is trying to do that tradition, but COVID kind of did a number. But we were able to do the first year. My sister took it over, and we had this big blanket that my fans made me with my mother's image on it. No, the actual picture.
Oh, her picture?
And we hung it up right by the table on Christmas Day. So that we're still reworking. We also go to his grandparent now on Christmas
Oh, the
Day.
soup.
A new tradition.
That soup.
The soup.
Oh,
Tell them what you
Italian
call the
soup?
Italian soup.
Tortellini. Thank you.
Tortellini
Tortellini al
al brodo. You know he
brodo.
speaks Italian
I speak-
fluently.
You're fluent Italian.
Was my first language. Pretty much. Because
this boy, listen, you are going places.
You
let me
gotta
tell
go to
you.
Italy with him.
I
Amazing.
would love to go to
No,
Italy.
can we just appreciate her Italian?
No, io hablo increíble italiano. Tu vas a Italia conmigo, yo de la pasti. Yo hablo español con accenti como abuelo. Esto es la cosa.
Wow, they're
Cosa es
trilingual.
eso? E non le gusta cuando hago esta cosa, pero...
And then you always go, la forchetta.
La forchetta.
Forchetta means fork.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know anything of what you guys said, but it sounds lovely, and I'm
didn't
sure
say
it means
anything.
something.
It's just Spanish. Honestly,
She was speaking English with an Italian
She
accent.
she was speaking English. She was speaking Spanglish with an accent.
I'm dead, and I was eating it up. I was like,
You're like,
yes, look at her
You're like,
cup.
I agree.
I was like, I agree with everything you're saying right now.
Always like-
so who actually cooks in the family? Like when you have Christmas at your house or Thanksgiving, who's the cooker?
Our chef, Miriam.
chef!
No,
Our chef!
actually,
I
look,
wanna
Emilio
do-
and
none
I,
of us.
Emilio and I both cook. We both can cook. I've made Thanksgiving turkeys.
never seen him
No,
What?
but I did before you
Never
were born.
once.
You got-
But he
wait,
does.
You're like, this was before your time.
I'm sorry, he does.
Clocked?
But if we don't have
Wait,
to,
hold
I
on.
do it.
Tutu makes pancakes.
Oh yeah, I make
The best
pancakes.
pancakes on earth.
Tutu
They're
makes
that good.
pancakes.
That
No,
good of
not
pancakes,
just
huh?
any pancakes.
The best
For
pancakes.
me, no.
Makey pancakes.
Makey
Okay,
pancakes.
Tutu makes pancakes. I make the best Cuban coffee you'll ever have.
I had
I
that
make
today for the
nothing.
first time, by the way. I'm so late.
And I
feel
make
like
I make
I'm like
nothing because I'm
shaking.
10 years old.
About when I was trying to make you the breakfast that I saw on like Instagram or something, and I was so nervous that I was literally spilling stuff and my hands were shaking, and it was a piece of toast with like egg inside.
Oh my God. You were like, this is going to be the best breakfast of all time.
40 hours
Yeah,
later,
40
one
hours
piece of
later,
toast,
One piece of toast.
cuts everywhere. You know?
Love it. I love all of these stories that you guys have to tell. And again, like, I think it's so incredible that you guys have the dynamic that you do. Gloria, I want to know, with everything that you do with your family, career, behind the scenes, everything you've been through, what is your why? What is your why? What is the thing that continues to keep catapulting you forward?
Oh my gosh, putting things into the universe or into my fans' ears that weren't there before and wouldn't be there if we didn't actually make it happen. You know that song, Get on Your Feet, Get Up and Make It Happen? You can have a million great ideas, but if you don't follow them through, they never get made. So as long as there's something exciting for me to do and to offer people, like when I got the idea for the record, I envisioned already what it could be, and it's gone beyond my wildest expectations and dreams with these two. Being in the
yourself?
studio 2 months with them was the icing on the cake for me because everybody's so busy.
We have
And
cake?
to make that time to be together and to actually bring something forth like a baby. You know, every time I write a song, and most of my songs I've written between midnight and 6 in the morning because I didn't want to take time away from the family, from Emilio, from the work. And every time I would finish a song, still to this day, my first thought is, well, I'll never be able to do this again. It's like being pregnant and having a child that you think, oh, do I really want to do this? Or can I even do this? And each time, something, some muse, some idea, something in life that inspires me, whether it be this amazing love that I'm experiencing with my grandchild that's got a whole different layer and dimension. The excitement of creating, of putting something new that wasn't there before and wouldn't be there had I not, taken the
Done what you did.
steps
Follow
to make it
through.
happen.
Yeah,
I
go money.
love that. And we can all learn from that. We can all, because we all have ideas, right? But it's that follow through. You guys are Miami royalty. I want to
my
know, everywhere you guys go, restaurants, there's pictures of them everywhere. You guys are beloved by, the whole entire globe, right? But in Miami in particular,
my
I
gosh,
want to know
thank
if
you.
that's a heavy crown to carry as a family when you guys go out in public. How do you guys feel about, the fact that you're so loved here in Miami?
We love it. No, just kidding.
Is it a crown? Is it a heavy crown?
I'll
to
tell
carry?
you. I'll tell you. For me, growing up, like at first, it's an interesting relationship because we're very blessed. Not only are we blessed with the love of our family, that genuine relationship that we really do have, but that our ancestors old.
Oh, great. Just kidding.
Sacrificed so much, like our grandparents, et cetera, et cetera. And even, your family on Mama's side of the family. So much of our family story has been passed down to us. So even though we were born here, we feel an immense responsibility and honor to be able to be free and enjoy all the beautiful things that we do, not only because of their sacrifice, but because we want to continue to work hard and do a good thing. So for me, at first, when you're a little kid and you're at the fair in Miami, maybe you don't understand why like you have to stop every 10 minutes. And it's easy to have like a selfish reaction, which is like, oh my gosh. But the more that you grow and you realize the reality of the world, I learned like, wow, what an incredible gift that we're able to influence in whatever way. Whether somebody comes up to me and says, I'm a fan of your mom's, or I'm a fan of you, or I'm a fan of whatever it is that I touch, my plan is that it's with the honor of being from this family and continuing that legacy. So for me, it wasn't always easy, but now it's a joy.
When we're in public, but to explain, hey, these people, they think they may never see us again. This is their one shot to get that picture. And there's people that come up to me shaking and nervous. And in that moment, you have the opportunity to make someone either very happy or maybe traumatize them, that they in the future even stop themselves from approaching someone.
I was always the photographer.
You were the photographer.
But now you're a really great photographer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like Sasha, you are incredible in your own right. I've seen your videos on YouTube. You're an incredible piano player. You also give people these fun facts while you're on there. What part has your family played in helping encourage you to make those videos and put your videos out there for the world to see? Have they encouraged that, or was that something that just kind of came from you?
Well, both really, because like you said, it just kind of came to me that I wanted to do this, and I thought was like, oh, it might be fun. But then again, like they're doing all this stuff, I was like, I want to do it too. So when they do everything, I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And it ended up being something that I really like doing.
Oh, I love
And he's
it.
better than all of us now.
Yeah.
He is. I seen your Beethoven video.
technology.
You're incredible. And how about you? I mean, you're also an incredible singer. I've watched so many of your videos, and I think what's so awesome about you, Emily, is that you can go from singing, a song that your mom, sung and do it so incredibly well, but you can also go from that to singing a song that is in a completely different genre. So growing up, apart from the music that your mom would play in the house, what kind of music were you listening to that inspired you to make you so dynamic? Because you are very dynamic.
That I'm so blessed. We would listen to 102.7 oldies in the car. Then my mom showing me vinyls of Carole King Tapestry. And then on my own, I'm listening to punk. And then my brother, your dad, he taught me this, he introduced me to Radiohead, and they're like one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, trust me, you're going to like
You're
them.
gonna love
And I'd be like, no, but mom's showing me
And
Sly
now-
and the Family Stone. Where does Radiohead fit in? But
And now I'm like you.
no, you're
I
again
was
cooler
literally-
than all of us.
Literally, on our way here, I was blasting My Chemical Romance on the radio.
There you go.
And do you remember, Emily, some of your earliest performances? Obviously, it can be nerve-wracking. What kind of advice would your mom give you to calm your nerves when you were a young girl and you're like, oh my God, I'm about to go on stage right now?
My mom was pressuring me to perform.
Okay, let me make
Since
it
the
clear.
moment I was
Let me
born.
clarify.
Here comes the argument.
Let's
Here
stop
comes
this
the
situation.
argument.
Let's stop this situation because I never pressured you
Okay,
into
okay.
anything.
Strongly
I've never
encouraged.
pressured. No, not even. I never pressured either kid into doing music because I know that it has to come from you.
Right.
You have to want to do it. It's got to be a passion. And for me, I sing since I talk, but I never planned to do what I do because I don't like being the center of attention. So I totally understand her feeling about it. Could I hear the talent that at 2 and 3 years old, she was making up drum sets with trash cans and her.
I've seen you on stage with the drums.
And then later
yeah.
at 4, she discovered when she was taking Taekwondo that her punching bag, if you flipped it upside down,
Great
it had
tone.
this really big drum that's on. So
Amazing
she
tone.
was doing that. She wanted to take piano lessons at 4. You asked me for the lessons. I did not offer them.
No,
we
I
had a
was-
piano.
I always loved music. I think the singing was the hard part.
Okay, but I knew I could hear her. And by the way, she never got on stage. She went on stage with me as a musician. But I
You're like,
never
and we never speak of that
pressured
again.
them. I offered them opportunities. When I was on
Yeah.
tour, that I was going to change. I needed somebody to be up on the stage, and usually at first it was John Cicada when he was on tour with us, and I knew that opportunity would get him fans before his album even came out.
Yeah.
So I knew it was a great opportunity. But John was no longer with us, and I said to her, "Look, You play amazing drums. People know who you are. Do you wanna?
I love what I do now, and I wouldn't change it for the world, but I had to like crawl out of my shell. And I don't know if it's maybe because I look so much like you and I'm a female and I kind of am like following in the same kind of path, that it was kind of my relationship
I could play
with
drums.
my
Yeah.
with
I am just
myself.
imagining
So
you right
to
now.
a certain extent, pressure, like kind of, was it like pressure, like with my
External
mom?
pressures, and I guess kind of like my own pressure more than anything. That's, you know,
No, but you know, something that again, like I think everybody admires about your family is the fact that you guys have been in showbiz for so long, yet you guys have maintained together a beautiful marriage. Your kids, even like before we started this podcast, just kind of like, you know, being in the same room, you guys were like, we need to talk about Friday, we need to talk about outfits, and you guys are, you know, doing it in this way where, okay, you guys are giving each other's opinion, but respecting each other's opinion. And that's a dynamic that a lot of families, I feel like, could crack under pressure with all the pressure and all the people and all the lights and all the cameras. But with that being said, what are some of the sacrifices you had to make that, you know, were difficult for you, where you maybe had to put your family secondary, or did that never happen?
I'm a Virgo. I like ruts. I like my routine. I love being home. That was the biggest sacrifice. We would go on tour. We once went out for 2 years because once you put that kind of massive show together that costs about $1 million a week to run at that time, you can't just stop. So that part is tough, being away from home. No matter what you're doing and how great you're connecting with other people, you give up your privacy, your home life, and that, what you said, like the fun stuff.
I was gonna say, how would you keep in contact with your mom while she was on tour? But you were there with her every step of the way. You grew up touring, literally.
Yeah, my brother he got like, you know, the brunt of like the big moment where it was like, I'm sure, super, super, super intense. By the time I was a little bit older, we would kind of like come back or do like 2 months and come back. It was a little bit more relaxed. So it was a lot of fun. I would, you know, like take breaks from school and take a tutor.
Wow.
But I
We
was
had
still in
much more
school.
luxurious situation once
Right.
you were born. When your dad
Yeah.
was
Props
on the
naive.
road with me the first time, he was 6 years old. I took my mother-in-law, Emilio's nena,
Yeah.
your abuelito's mom. I wouldn't have done it any other way. At that time, we were doing state fairs and things, so the whole band, including Paul Rodriguez, our opening act, was on one bus with my mother-in-law. We were staying in little motels and hotels because we couldn't afford it at the time. So your brother saw that whole
Right,
process. By the time you were born, I was on my own bus. We were flying private. We, you know, it was a lot more comfortable.
For sure.
But that tour we did together was really fun. The last one that your brother was on when he was like 16 and
Yeah.
you were two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also have a bunch of pictures in our house. I have a couple, but there's one of him, like I'd say my age, and it's like you guys walking in the hallway, and then I always have a bunch of pictures of him with like celebrities that
yeah.
he meets.
Well, I found more during COVID. I went up in the attic, as you know, and took everything out. And I have a bunch of stuff for you from your dad. I organized it all these signed autograph pictures of celebrities for your dad. And yeah, I've got that saved because I know there's nowhere to put it in your house.
That is history right there.
Yes.
That's something that needs to, for sure, obviously, be preserved. Mixtape de mi vida. Okay, so basically we're gonna go through, or you guys are gonna tell me some
boy.
songs or projects that really inspired you early on in your life or throughout your life, different moments. So I'm gonna start with Emily.
Oh, great.
What is a song that helped you get through your first major breakup? Song, project, artist, it could be anything that helped you get through that first heartbreak.
Honestly, like if I'm ever really, really hurting, I always put on my mom's music because it makes me feel close to her. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh.
Okay, let me see.
Oh God, please don't cry. It's the
I
truth.
know you're crying here.
now.
It's the truth. I'm a fan of hers beyond having grown in her biological material. So,
I love the way you just put that in her biology.
No,
I
yeah.
always think like
I was the vehicle.
if I were not related to her, would I have liked her music? And I think I would have.
Yeah, right. That's
well,
the tea.
thank you.
I love
Like
that. I love
if
the
I were not
honesty.
seeing her every
He's
day
like,
of my
maybe
life.
not tomorrow, but right now I think I might be a fan.
It's
No.
I
okay.
love it. Okay, so this is
Not
from
maybe,
you,
maybe not next week.
Gloria. Okay, so most meaningful song, artist, or album that your parents introduced you to as a young girl
Me?
that made the most of an impression on
Okay,
you.
it was my mom. My grandma would smuggle my mom's records out of Cuba one by one in crates of mango baby food that she would send because that was the only flavor I ate. What were the records? Nat King Cole.
Oh wow.
Still My Happy Place. Cachao, Celia Cruz. Olga Guillot, that with her incredible dramatic voice, and La Lupe. Joselito was my first crush. When we moved into the first house that we rented, there was an old stereo that had 78s. And there I listened to Dinah Shore, Doris Day, like all these really old crooners. So to me, my first music, and that question you asked her, I go immediately to Nat King Cole when I want to feel great.
Standards,
It takes
jazz.
me back to this feeling that I had in Miami as a kid where everything was possibilities. There was, you know, I knew intrinsically that I was going to do something really different. I didn't know why or how and when it would happen, but I had a certainty about it. And that feeling of promise is attached to that music for me.
Okay, so Sasha.
Hi.
I know you were mentioning that you were listening to My Chemical Romance on the way over here. What's a song that you listen to other than My Chemical Romance that when you're in the car or maybe when you're alone in your room? Like, who are you blasting right now?
Kiss.
Kiss. I love it. So what about Kiss? Like, what is it that you're attracted to them about?
So my first time I actually saw them was Macy's Day Parade.
Oh, you saw them live.
No, on TV.
We did. We have seen them live.
Yeah,
well,
but
we
after-
have, but not the first time.
Right.
How old was I? Like
You were
3?
2.
I was 2.
He's had an obsession with Kiss.
And we have like 42 videos of me with Kiss makeup on the table. We actually went to their last concert here in Miami like 2 weeks ago. And in that week, we also went to a My Chemical Romance concert, as I said. So, yeah, I love Kiss.
I love that. It seems like you like the rock, the kind of
Yeah.
the more of the rock bands. I love
I
that.
love a variety of music.
Like you like Queen too, right?
I
the
love
Beatles.
Queen.
Okay, so we have 2 more.
can't
So
really bow.
Gloria, we've seen a lot of artists do remixes and you know jump on songs with other artists. If you wanted somebody to kind of remix one of your older songs, maybe a more current artist or any artist really, which artist would that be?
Good Lord.
Could be anybody.
I
Could be
would
Bad Bunny,
like
could
it to
be-
be, I would like it to be the artist that would be excited about the process.
I know.
I like
I have an
that.
answer for you.
Okay.
I feel like if Pink did a cover of one of your songs, you would flip.
Oh my God, I love Pink. I think
Yeah?
she's phenomenal. I think she's an incredible writer. She's an amazing performer. She's incredible. But I just think it should be somebody because they really want to do it. Because, you know, sometimes artists will go, oh, well, you know, this person's hot. You should do a duet with them because they're getting on the radio and, you know, that it'd be great if they, you know, if you glommed on to whatever's going on.
You'll be popular.
I don't
something
want
like
that at all because that has got to
done
be
glomming.
hell for an artist.
Right, yeah.
No, I've been so blessed to be able to do Alejandro Fernandez, like duets
my
that
gosh.
really
Laura Pausini.
that I love. So I would just hope that it would be an artist that really wanted to do something that it came from them. Oh yeah,
Are
we
you
were
into it?
early on. We were early on with Pitbull. Pitbull, he was rapping through. Was it No Me Dejes de
Yeah,
Querer?
No Me Dejes de Querer.
No Me Dejes de Querer. Early on, it was our idea. And I remember because when Pitbull came to the studio, I was really excited and I was really happy for him. This was beginning when he was starting out.
Wow.
But we knew this was going to be great. And I thought the collab would be super cool. So he comes into the studio and, okay, let's spill some tea.
More
Let's
tea?
Let's spill some tea about your dad.
Let me get that tea off your sweater.
Yeah, let's spill some tea about your dad. Pitbull goes to me, you know, your son actually helped me pass math in high school. And I'm
Oh,
going,
no, I know this story.
Wait a minute. Wait. My son helped you pass math? He goes, I go, how did that happen?
He's like, yeah, past the door, going down the hallway.
Yes,
No.
that's
He
it.
goes, well, you know, your dad had a crush on this girl that he really wanted to meet that was super tight with Armando. And he told him, listen, and apparently, Naib was known for being able to get into the school's computer system.
He's told me this.
Like a
story.
hacker
And-
type vibe.
I know all. I know all of the
change
team.
grades.
Oh, so he helped him in that.
And then I go,
No
okay,
tutoring
now I
going
believe
on.
you. I believe you now.
My last one for you guys, one song that most resonates with you when you think about your mom. It could be from her catalog. Any one song, each of you, that most reminds you of, well, your mom and your grandma.
This is how I'm going to skirt around it again. It depends
very
on the
political.
day. I could never describe my mom with a
next-
song.
the
My
next-
mom is a song.
She's an album. She's a project.
Yes.
A whole
Oh my
album.
gosh.
Yes.
I
That
also want
song.
to say, the older I got watching On Your Feet, like, because I watched it like 32 times, the older I got, the more likely I was to cry.
Oh.
And the last time I watched it, I got so close to crying.
But
I bet you I had like 2 tears in my eyes.
2 tears, ladies
Just
and
two.
gentlemen.
Single
One on
tears.
each eye.
That's good because the first time you watched it, you fell asleep in the second
I
half.
did.
And the second time you yelled and pooped yourself. No, I'm kidding.
But he was a
14.
baby. He was like 3. and he
kidding.
made it through the whole first
And that was
half.
last week. Okay, yeah.
If I remember, he recorded for me for my birthday once, See Your Smile.
See Your Smile.
He used to, that was his favorite song in the show. He got dressed in a suit, went to the studio. He was 6. He sang the song for me. I lost it when he played it for me. They videotaped it.
You guys have
all
left such an impact on me, like an impression that I'm seriously gonna go home and like call a couple people and be like, I know I'll
Good,
talk to you in a
good,
minute.
good.
Like,
I love you.
yeah, for real. Everybody,
heart
you
you.
know, everybody can take notes from this. Thank you guys so much for letting us into what it felt like your family. I felt like I was sitting in a holiday party and you guys have the most incredible dynamic. And to celebrate that, our next segment that we always have, Chin Chin para el fin. This is where we're gonna toast to you guys. And actually today, the drink that we have, Dreaming of a White Christmas Mojito.
You gotta pick. No, mine is non-alcoholic.
It's
Don't be
virgin.
scared, mother.
Yes.
I'm fine.
Sasha's
Okay, and how do we know which is
non-alcoholic.
which?
That's what I was gonna say.
All right, wait. Oh, that looks so good.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, these are pretty. They're very Christmassy.
Which one?
You're sure that's his?
Are we
Let
sure?
me taste it first.
Wow, this is beautiful for those of you out there. It looks like Christmas.
Yes.
Looks like some snow was here and
Oh,
melted.
pomegranate.
We got some pomegranates in
delicious.
there.
I love it.
All right. No, seriously, thank you guys for an incredible conversation. And I also want to thank you for letting us into some of your own. It felt like I was sitting in on a family party and you guys were just kind of exchanging stories. And hearing those stories, I think people are going to absolutely love that and it's going to live on forever. Thank you for coming to La Semanal.
Thank you. We love you. Salud. We'll pretend.
Chin.
Don't
Pretend.
clink. Because then you got to clink everybody and it's going to be a mess.
Okay, so
here.
chin
Chin,
chin,
chin.
everybody.
And there's already tea everywhere, so we don't
Yeah,
need
we don't want to spill this here.
I love that. Chin
Yeah,
chin.
cheers.
Yes.
And thank you to the Estefan family only on La Semanal.